Hey everybody, this is Chris with a 7-Minute Fix, back for the third edition of Photoshop Basics. Today's episode is on layers and blending. We're going to start off with, I'm just going to build a quick little image here. We're going to start off with this picture of people with their hands raised. I want to get that background out so I can do my own here. So I'm just going to use the magic lasso tool here. We're going to get everything exactly the way I like it. I'm going to add a background in to make it look better, take out those poles I didn't like. Next up, we want to add just kind of a texture on top of this. We want it to look a little bit different here. So I'm going to grab this gray texture, and then if you'll see over here, we're going to go to some blending options. We'll talk more about that at the end, but I'm going to change some of these right here to get the right blue color that I want with that texture in the background as well. Next up, we're going to add one more. I really think it'd be cool to kind of add this wood floor to the back of this, and then we're going to do the same thing where we kind of add it in a weird way here with the colors and make it look even more textured, you know. And next up, we're going to add some text here. We're going to say worship unabandonedly, and or worship abandonedly actually, and kind of use a fun little tool with this. I want to show you guys. Really not part of layers and blending, but I thought it'd be neat to show off. It's one of my favorite things to do. You can't overdo it, obviously, but it's still a lot of fun. And so what we're going to do is get it the way that we want it to look, and with this cool blending option right here. And then I'm going to take this tool and I'm going to kind of make it just all cut up. We're going to make it look like it's just being destroyed almost, going in and out of everything here. And when we finish this, go back over to the top here, there we go, make it our own, or another, make another its own layer, and we are going to layer via cut. And at the end of the day, we've got this cool image that looks great. And we'll talk more about those layers in just a bit. Next, let's go to this right here. This is one I've shown multiple times, as well as it's the one that we use. We're going to tear it down to just what it is at the very bottom. It's just these two colors that I liked. I then took, this was just a layer of fabric that I put over it, and then we played with some of these blending options here. And we took those blends, and this is the third one, which was more of the gray scratchings that I also used on the other one with the worship. I use this one a lot, actually really like it, and depending on how you use it, can use it multiple times, flip it around, different colors and whatnot. So I'm just playing with the blending options to really get the colors and the feel that I like. We've got the picture of Jesus in the background as well as the text now. If you want, you can actually do blending options on text as well. And you can obviously do opacity and fill on them, which is what I did when I took them and made them, you know, kind of see through a little bit. Now, if we took all of these and we made them more normal, and all we did was play with the blending options, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Personally, I liked it better the way that I did it. Now, this is for Death of Revival. Death of Revival is a series that we wrote a little while back now, but this is the graphic, and if you download the PSD file from the community, Jason did a great job of adding lots of different features and ways that you could use backgrounds and titles for this. And so what I wanted to do is kind of show off those layers that he's done here and how he layered everything together. He put that church in himself with some shadow to make it look like it's on the tombstone, as well as we've got different types of titles, some that are more grungy, some of those that have shadows, some of those that have glow, and then of course we have the one that's more blocky. This is a file that we are borrowing from another website, and it's vintagechurchresources.com. Great website. I really liked it, but the best thing I liked is when you take everything off and you look at how they built all these layers up. To me, the coolest part mainly is actually this image right here where they made it look like a Polaroid, and then it's the very bottom where they took all of those different layers right there and added them on top of each other to make it this really cool effect of this piece of fabric. Lastly, we're going to go back to Don't Put Jesus First this year, and we're going to go over all these different blending options. Pretty much I'm going to go through them all using our top layer, except for the text and Jesus here, and just show you what they do for the different things. There are a bunch of different options, and I'll be honest, I don't use them all. I use really about 2 or 3. The main ones that I use are going to be normal. I also use lighten at times, and that lightens the color some. You'll see that in a second. I also, right there's lighten, as well as I use overlay a lot, which is what I used on both cases for this image here. Overlay is going to pretty much take all of the the gradient parts of an image and apply it to the colors or images that are below it, which in this case is when we take that scratch chalkboard looking thing and put it over the 2 colors. With overlay, it pretty much just takes those scratches and overlays it a little bit, obviously, on those colors there. Some of these actually look better than the one that I did, and so I wish I would have played with it more, but obviously hindsight's 20/20. It's the same thing you can do with text actually though, and you can do blending layers to add. Now, not all of them do things, as you can see right here. Some of these don't do anything for text. However, there are some, like this one, and a couple others that we'll see here, that actually make something look invisible, or it adopts any color that's behind it, which would be a really cool effect if you had, like, say, a space scene or a city scene, and you don't want to work with trying to figure out how to make the text have some cool effect. Just use a blending method, and you can really make it look great. On here as well, we've got the Jesus picture that I took, and I'm showing you just a few different ways here that we could have done it. Most of these don't look that great, but there are a couple that I kind of wish I might have played with a little bit more with the options and tried to see if I liked it. Basically, I ended it just by doing the fill there. So thanks again for watching this Photoshop Basics tutorial. This one was a little bit slammed, I know, but we're going to get back into it with our 4th and final episode, which is going to be on selections, and that is going to be in 2 more weeks. Thanks for watching the 7-Minute Fix. Hope you guys enjoy it. Comment on our website if you do, 7minutefix.com, and lastly, please subscribe.